I'm thrilled that the president has taken on two issues that are very important to our country. One is trying to help us to be more energy secure and energy independent, and the way to do that is to invest in clean alternative energy and energy that is more domestically produced so that we're not reliant on all these unstable countries around the world for our energy. And the second thing is getting serious about greenhouse gas emissions. And so this whole cap and trade legislation that is going through the Congress right now is something that I support. And we want to sort of find a way to bring those together so that we can encourage the production of more clean energy in our country, bring down prices, and help us in the long term become more energy secure and more energy independent. Well, it's a very complicated piece of legislation. I encourage people to follow it very carefully. But on a broader scale, the important thing is that we're now recognizing that greenhouse gases are a problem. We're now putting in place a scheme that will force both producers of electricity to use and to produce cleaner energy, which is very good. But it's also encouraging consumers to reduce the use of electricity. It's something we call demand response. But using new technologies, being more aware of how you're buying electricity, all of that is very, very positive. Now, it gets very complicated once you get into the weeds, but essentially, at the end of the day, there will be a cap on the amount of greenhouse gas emissions that are produced in the United States, and those generators, those producers of electricity and energy that use clean energy will be rewarded, and people who produce energy that is, quote, dirty, that produces greenhouse gases, will be penalized. So the market and competition will force people to move towards clean energy. And it'll also incentivize consumers to reduce the use of electricity because you'll be rewarded also by having lower prices. So that's the macro, larger impact. And what Compete is about is supporting the market. Rather than having a government-run program, we want to see the market. I, as a consumer, and companies as sellers of electricity work together to reduce price, bring more efficiency, new technology, new ideas, which we're going to need to be able to reduce our greenhouse gas emissions, make us more energy secure and energy independent. So I'm very excited about the progress that Congress and the President are making in this area. Well, nuclear is part of the mix. You know, today, 20% of the electricity in our country comes from nuclear energy. And obviously, nuclear doesn't emit as much in terms of greenhouse gas emissions, hardly anything. The big challenge for the nuclear industry is what to do with the spent fuel rods. Most people are aware of the fact that there was an idea, a plan to place these in a place called Yucca Mountain, and billions of dollars have been spent there. It appears that that's not going to work anymore. So a solution has to come up, has to be developed on where to put those nuclear fuel rods. But at the end of the day, nuclear will continue to play a role in producing electricity for our country. Now, whether it'll be 20% or 30% or 15%, I don't know. But long term, you're going to see a mixture of wind and solar and geothermal and nuclear. Hopefully, we're going to move towards clean coal, natural gas, a combination of these. But the whole idea is to get us off of using exported or imported foreign sources of energy.